heavy automatic firepower and high explosive enthusiasts, that was Breaching Clear by the Endless Taverns team. It was performed as a request from the SES Patriot of Victory. Good name. And done in the style of a band from Earth that was called Queen, which I can definitely hear. I'm quite fond of Another One Bites the Dust myself, both for its sound and its pleasing mental image when I imagine the enemies of humanity biting it. Out of the hell above, the bullets rip to the sound of the beat. Yeah, Another One Bites the Dust. My musical tastes aside, the news. Professional bot divers are right on the tail end of the Wezen liberation, though progress is slowing down for reasons I'll get into here in a moment. Fighting was especially brutal during the night on the main continent, with the bots pushed back further towards their final holdings on the south pole of the planet, which is only somewhat cooler. Give it another day and some change, and it looks like we'll finally be able to hand this planet back over to Daddy Super Earth with a pretty bow on it for the pat on the head. Zipping over to the Galactic East, Istana remains the primary focus for the Liberation Fleet and are making some fairly solid gains. A particularly large Termid nursery was obliterated with nuclear ordnance about an hour ago, dropping its decay rate from 2% to 1.5%. Right on, bug divers. The only good bug is a dead bug. Nice move. At the same time, the bugs have responded to this by invading Gakrux again with a Sporefall event, causing dread among many for the ferns they saw utterly ripped to shreds, or melted into thin little puddles of goo under a Bile Titan's acid after that 500 kg utterly failed destroy com, all because of a particularly tall tree. Yeah, I know, it kind of sucks, Helldivers, but you gotta go take care of it. Now, before I close out the show, I'd like to give some advice from other Helldivers that I've read about on how to survive Gakrux should one choose to deploy there. As I mentioned prior, 500 kgs and Eagle drops in general are just not going to be as effective as normal there, which is greatly upsetting to many, as I understand this stratagem is a common peck among many bug divers. It just makes a really cool explosion, you know? When atmospheric interference is not present during a mission, orbitals with their steeper angles of insertion are a good substitute for said bombs, although they are not totally immune to arboreal interception either. Precision Orbital Strike offers more precise anti-tank solutions over a shorter time period than the 500 Strike, and fully upgraded, it hits surprisingly hard over a wide area. Eats are a very appreciated, very flexible stratagem as well, providing on-demand anti-tank support for when that Bile Titan is miffed at you in particular, or that charger just doesn't get the message and refuses to leave you alone. Sentries have always performed excellently against the melee-centric terminus, with Gatling sentries just blasting them down like a hose of lead. Autocannon turrets sport higher munition caliber than the shoulder-fired version and are capable of harming and killing even the mighty Bile Titan. That is to say nothing of the rocket turret. When rockets are involved, damage is an inevitable result. I've also felt that the Tesla Sentry is terribly underrated, as I am quite fond of bug zappers. Equip the arc resistance armor and you can get much closer to it than normal, and it'll back you up nicely during a bug breach. You can also defend it from chargers, which it cannot deal with at all. Now, do bear in mind, Helldivers, all it normally takes is a single errant blast from a Tesla Sentry to give one a closed casket funeral, or at the very least put them on death's door. The arc-resistant armor just makes it so that you can survive multiple hits. Testing from the Bringer of Mercy's crew on hapless interns shows about 5 or 6 before your heart just explodes from the sudden voltage jolt. On an unrelated note, we are going to need another Timmy. The point is, arc-resistant armor doesn't grant you total immunity to your own Tesla sentries. It just gives you a bit of a safety net in case you misjudge the distance and make a mistake. If you want to be totally safe, adopt a prone position and the Tesla will be unable to arc to your graded position. You can practically sit right next to it in this stance and will not be harmed. Makes for some lovely area denial when you are totally surrounded by all manner of bad things and need a bit of breathing room. I reiterate, it is my belief that the Tesla Sentry is extremely underrated. That's been join Liberty's latest with me, Pondera, the radio angel. Things are starting to shake up in the TQZ, and Gakrux and Estano need all the help they can get. So let's finish up on Wesen and then go give those bug guts-coated boys some help. My janitorial specialist is standing by, freshly stocked up on Mr. Clean and liberal use of a fire hose if you dare to come onto my ship dripping in viscera. This is your first and only warning. For liberty, for freedom, for democracy, and for Super Earth.